Tonight on Invention, we have a guest that is a real surprise for me because I thought he'd gone away and wasn't coming back. But apparently those assurances were for naught, as my testimony was not enough to hold him. So, this season we have Sir Reginald Boheno returning yet again with a mobile and iPad photo app and apparently a coffee table book. So, Sir Reginald, what are these photos, these pictures?
What? I'll have the number 2, I think.
Sir Reginald, we've eaten 3 hours ago. Eaten, gone, done. We're recording my show now.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't... Oh, I see. Well, out of luck, I suppose, you know. Hello, Brian. I must say thank you for facilitating my release from the institution.
Yes, the less said about that, the better.
Well, I do appreciate it, Brian. Not so much the bit where you put me in, but certainly the part where you helped with my release. Despite, I think you said, your best instincts. And by way of thanking you, in fact, I have included several photos of you in my latest book.
And now tell us about this photo app and coffee table book that you've now had published.
Yes, I've published a collection of photos of famous people's poo faces.
People's poo face.
Poo faces.
Poo faces.
Famous people's poo faces.
People's poo face. All right?
Yes.
Go on.
People's poo face.
People's poo face.
After several years off and on as a sort of a hobby, really, you know, more tinkering as it were, playing with it, it became a more serious vocation after the first few arrests were cleared up. And I took almost a year to capture the gorgeous, gorgeous agony of famous people's poo faces.
I don't understand.
You know, the when you're, you know, you're grunting, oh, you know, sort of a straining, you know, sort of thing that you do. Your poo face. That's when you're making, you know, your poo face.
Yes, no, I understand that. I just don't understand you.
Sometimes you'll find piles
Oh, dear Lord.
of archival research that can produce rare historical poo faces. I push hard.
Please stop.
There's a big movement. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a huge movement. You know, to show the inner mundane quality to some celebrities' lives. I mean, take a look at this. Look, here's a rare James Dean photo. This is him. He had a lot of bran just moments before the accident that changed his life.
Oh, you mean the car accident that killed him?
No, the accident he had a week or two before that, which made him, in public, have this poo face.
Oh, my word.
Yes, never before seen. And with popular internet celebrities, I've also included this interactive map link, so you can touch their face and find out what restroom facility, rehab, public place they may be making their poo face at that very moment. And some of these pics, let's face it, bring new meaning to the term YouTuber. You know, they're all tubes, in one end, out the other. If you've seen any of their stuff, you know what I mean. They pump out a lot of it. And they just love the attention. Here's iJustine. She's making a real room clearer right outside of the Apple Store.
Lovely. So you've harnessed years of expensive and refined GPS technology so that
anyone can find out where an uninformed attention whore is currently making the poo face, and then go there.
All right, I'll ask this to the lamentation of my soul. A lot of your photographs seem to be out there in the open, as it were, even around other people. How are you sure that this is a poo face, as you say?
Oh, well, you see, it happens more than you think. I know if it's a poo face because it's a facial scan that I do. It's very scientific. I look at the muscles in the face, and you'd be surprised how many paparazzi shots turn out to be authentic poo faces.
I see you have Megan Fox.
Poo face.
Lil Wayne.
Poo face.
Robert Pattinson.
Constant poo face.
You certainly have a lot of celebrities that are popular with young adults and teens.
Ah, but I also have several really old poo faces.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, Mick Jagger. Look at that one. Rosie O'Donnell. You have to slide it around to see the whole thing. Look at that. And some of the earliest photographs by Matthew Brady, of course, of Abraham Lincoln's Pooh face. Old stovepipe. Wore the big hat, you know, and made the big Pooh face. Just moments before his famous Gettysburg Address, we took this picture here, and you know, he was under so much stress from the war, and this is one of the few photos where he looks like he had some actual relief. You know, he looks quite restive.
That is a beatific Pooh face.
Yes. Should put that on the $5 bill. Anyway, Mother Teresa, there she is, squatting, as she does, making her little scene Pooh face. This is a rare one. Took a long time for me to get that with a long lens, because there was some sort of police order about me not being near her. But you don't get saints that often, so I was very persistent, and truth be told, I did actually Photoshop this sort of blue aura around parts of her. As she was making her Pooh face. I call this the peristaltic ecstasy of Saint Teresa.
Holy shit.
I heard she made one of her movements down in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and thousands of Brazilians showed up, you know, and some of them swore up and down in Brazilian that they saw a tear coming down, a mysterious tear coming down her stained Pooh face as she stood statue-like for a long time. She was very old and had a lot of trouble in that area. And when it finally did come out, and she did the Blessed Wipe, it looked like the Shroud of Turin right there on the paper. And I say that with the utmost reverence.
So is there any historical precedent for photographing these Pooh faces?
Yes, long ago, early Pooh faces were carved on walls, wood carvings, sometimes by monks who'd spend their entire lives carving out Pooh faces. And finally, they were carved in intricate blocks of hard cheese, which is where the term cutting the cheese came from, with regards the Pooh face. Now, later, realistic portrait painting, of course, came in, you know, with the great masters, you know, the ones super realists, the Renaissance, and it was very much in vogue for the wealthy to sit, see that? Sit for the Pooh faces. It was considered a sign of high standing to be able to even afford to sit for your Pooh face with the artist, you know, much less have an indoor convenience. Look at this.
Oh, and that's Heidi Montag.
Pooh face, yeah. It even had some work done.
So that's a Pooh facelift.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm. Why would you do this?
Well, I mean, for one thing, you'll never be able to look at these celebrities the same way again, now that you know what their Pooh face looks like.
Well, I must confess, I was at a party once, and Steve Buscemi left the stall door open, and I saw his Pooh face. I was never able to watch Reservoir Dogs after that. It put me right off.
I can understand. Let's face it, getting a quality image, a really good picture of a Pooh face, comes down to timing and ladders.
I'm sorry, ladders?
Ladders? Oh yes, for the stalls, the public stalls, you know. You get a completely different picture if you sort of take the camera and put it underneath the stall and do it. You get a horrible angle. I mean, that's completely inappropriate. I would never do that, Brian.
I see.
Terrible. Wouldn't think of it.
Yes.
Yeah. George Michael, you know, would always be in the foreground, blurring through, you know, with his mounting behavior and his foot tapping signals and all that, and just ruin the shot. But speaking of queer, I did get some pictures of your face, Brian. I did, right here. You wouldn't know it, though, because you usually look this way, and I wasn't quite sure. I had to wait for the pants down scenario to get full verification that that is, in fact, your Pooh face, and not just the way that you always look at me.
What?
Well, in the published version, of course, I was very tasteful, and I pixelated your dangly bits. But online, you can see everything.
Online where?
You know, on www.daveandtom.com. Just look for the dangly bits on there.
Is that a pay site?
No, they give it away for free. All the content. Idiots. I did get Mrs. Forbes, and that one was really difficult because I had to install a lipstick camera actually in there. It was very awkward in order to get it because she noticed it, you know, and used it to do up her lips.
Well, she's very concerned with appearances.
No, not those lips, the other ones.
You...
That's it! That's it! That's your Pooh face. That's the one that I got just here.
Oh.
Oh, do you need to go? I'll go get the camera.
Join us next time. Oh. Join us next time on Invention.
Oh, here are the shots of you I couldn't publish.